Hi guys, welcome back to a new video. I haven't talked to you guys in so long. This video is gonna be very random. I have so much to catch you guys up on. This is just gonna be like a chatty life update video that I've been needing to film for a few weeks now. But I'm in my car. I don't really have a reason why. It's a Sunday. I'm out and about running errands. I just got coffee and I was like, why don't I just film this video in my car? It'll make a little more sense too based on my update, but sometimes you just gotta film a video in your car and the lighting in the car always hits. So that's what we're doing today. I have been a little MIA the past few weeks. I am getting into this new routine of mine, which, to cut to the chase, my big update is that I moved out of my apartment, which I kind of teased on Instagram, but I haven't really said anything on my YouTube channel yet. So I am fully moved out of my last apartment. If you guys didn't know, I was living in Jersey City before this. I moved into that apartment in January of 2022 and I signed a 15-month lease there, so my lease ended in April. Long story short, my lease renewal came in and my rent went up like almost $300, and I was already paying like a pretty penny for what my one-bedroom apartment was. Like, granted, I was in Jersey City, and now that I don't live there anymore, I can tell you a bit more about my neighborhood. So I was in the Newport neighborhood of Jersey City. It's basically like right on the Hudson River, so I describe it as like being as close to Manhattan as possible while still being on the Jersey side. So obviously rent prices in that area are very expensive to begin with. And then on top of that, last summer is when rent prices in New York just like absolutely skyrocketed. They were like the highest that they've ever been last summer, and I think they've gone down a little bit, but like they haven't fully recovered. We're still in that like post-COVID, tons of people moving back to the city. There's not enough supply to meet the demand, so rent prices continue to be so high. And basically anytime rent goes up in New York, like it's also going to go up in Jersey City and Hoboken, just because again, it's like right by the city. I will say my apartment was the absolute like prime location. I loved my neighborhood so much, but what I paid already was a lot for what the apartment was. Like, it was a really spacious one bed, but it was in an older building. I had quite a few maintenance issues while I lived there, and like we're missing certain things that I would have liked to have, like washer and dryer in unit, like stuff like that. So paying another $300 a month for the same thing was just like not justifiable for me. It just didn't feel worth it at all. So I knew my rent was gonna go up before I even got the offer, because I was like scoping it out, looking at other units in my building, and like the exact same one-bedroom units in my building were going for like $600 more than what I was paying. So I was like, I just know this is not gonna go well. So I was kind of mentally preparing myself for the idea of not being able to stay there. And at first I was like really sad about it, because I did really love living in that apartment. Again, like location wise, it was just so perfect, and it was just really easy to get to and from the city. It was nice like being right by the water and being able to see the city views every time I like walked to Lennon. It was a beautiful place to live, and maybe I'll end up back there someday. But right now it's just like not affordable anymore. Like it's so expensive to live there. It's actually insane. So once I got my rent renewal, I was like, okay, I'm definitely leaving here. So I looked at other options in Jersey City and in Hoboken. I have no desire to live in New York City, but I also didn't want to get an apartment like further in Jersey that would like take longer to get to the city if I needed to. So I was really only looking in like Jersey City and Hoboken. There's nothing right now that like meets my standards of like what I want for an apartment, but also is in my price range, the budget price range that I want to pay, and then like the bare minimum stuff that I need in an apartment are just like not matching up right now. So I put all my furniture into a storage unit, and I'm living at home with my parents in Jersey for at least a few months. I'm basically like further into the suburbs of Jersey for now. As I was like figuring out what I wanted to do with this whole rent situation, I kind of like got this idea, and this happens to me every time my rent renewal comes and it's like goes way up, and I'm just like, do I even want to live in Jersey? Like, I'm kind of sick of it. Like, it's so expensive, it's crazy, blah blah blah. So I kind of got this idea to live at home for a bit and travel this summer and kind of like live somewhere else for a short period of time and see how I'm feeling, and then reconvene in like the fall. I'm calling it my nomadic era. So I'm just gonna be bopping around the next few months. Obviously I'll be home in my Jersey suburbs, which is lovely. I just feel like because I'm 24 years old, about to be 25, I work a job that I can work from anywhere. Like, yes, I go into the office sometimes, but it's optional, and like my job is technically remote. So if I wanted to pick up and leave for a month or longer than that, like I could go wherever. And I just feel like I need to be taking more advantage of that because not everyone has that luxury. So I'm gonna be for sure at my parents' for like May and June, which are always really busy months for me because I have so many like friends' birthdays, and then I have my birthday in June, there's Memorial Day weekend. Like there's always something to keep me busy, so I'm not gonna be like stuck at home and like bored. And then in July I have a trip to visit family the first weekend of July, and then after that I am going somewhere for a full month. I'm not gonna reveal the location yet. It's not anything crazy, but it's a little trip. I'm going by myself for a month, and I'm just gonna live there and work from there for a month and see how it goes, and just like be somewhere else for once, because I've never really done that before. I've never gone on a trip for that long. I've never solo traveled before, so I'm really excited. I cannot wait. I wish I was going tomorrow. I'm so excited. So I'll be there from like mid-July to mid-August, and then I'll come back and summer will almost be over. And summer is always the worst time to move around here. Like it's when everyone moves, so it's super competitive. The prices are the highest in the summer. My camera just overheated, but I think we're back. Then I will come back mid-August after my trip and just figure out what I want to do from there, whether it's looking for an apartment in Jersey or maybe I'll want to go somewhere else. I don't know yet. It's not ideal having like all my stuff in storage and not having like my own space, but I feel very lucky to be able to move home. Not everyone can do that and be able to have like a room at home, and also very lucky that I have friends with places in New York or Hoboken where I can always crash on their couch. I've been living at home now already for a few weeks, and it's honestly been really nice. It's so peaceful being at home, being in the suburbs. It just feels like a slower pace. I've just been like going on walks in my neighborhood and like going to Pilates 3-4 times a week. This is kind of a side topic. So I've lived alone now for 3 years and a couple of months, and don't get me wrong, living alone is incredible. I have like grown so much as a person living alone. You learn so much about yourself, and you just learn to be like so independent and have so much like accountability with yourself. You have no one to blame for anything. Like everything is on you. It is so great, but I've realized just in the past like year that it can be so stressful and overwhelming to live alone, especially ever since I've had like a full-time job. Like I will literally work and just be at my desk for sometimes 10 hours a day, log off at like 7 o'clock, and all I want to do is just like have dinner appear in front of me and then go to bed. And that's just not how it works. Like you have to cook yourself dinner, you have to do the dishes after, you have to do all the grocery shopping for your meals and do all your own laundry and all these things, and there's no one to split any tasks with. And sometimes it just feels like never ending. Like I will literally go to bed with a clean apartment, wake up, and somehow the next day it's like messy again. It's just like a never ending cycle of like chores and things to do, and it just feels like so much sometimes. So it's kind of been nice, even though like at home I help with a lot of things, and I've been like cooking a few dinners a week for my parents and I, and like doing still like my own laundry and like my own dishes and things like that. It still feels like there's less to do because I do have my parents there to like split things with. Like if I'm cooking dinner one night, then like someone else will do the dishes, and it's just like it just feels less overwhelming with things to do. And it's kind of gonna be nice for these next few months, not gonna lie. I'm just seeing all the positives, taking this like not so great thing of like rent being so expensive right now and trying to make the most of it and just go with the flow. I think the hardest part is going to be getting into a routine with vlogging, because for whatever reason when I'm home I just like don't vlog and I find it hard. I think it's just because I don't have like my own space and my own like things to talk about. Like, I don't know, it's like hard to find like a background and like good lighting and all these things. I think that's also part of the reason why I'm in my car right now, because when I'm trying to film a video at home, my dad will like walk in and be like, can you help me with this thing? Or just like there's all this noise and it's just a lot. So I'm in my car so that I can have some peace and quiet. So yeah, I'm still gonna try to figure out how to get into a routine with vlogging. That's the update. Like I said, I wish I was going on my month-long trip tomorrow. I'm so excited for it, and I'm obviously gonna be vlogging that whole experience, but we still have a few months until then. So let me know what videos you guys want to see in the meantime, and follow me over on Instagram to see more of my day-to-day life over there. I feel like this car chat thing could become a series while I'm living at home, because it is just so much easier to vlog in here, and like the lighting is always good. Just an idea, just a thought. But yeah, I think that's all I wanted to say. This video is a little chaotic, but I hope you guys are doing well. I want to be posting on here more consistently. I feel like I've just needed to sit down and film this video to like catch you guys up before I can even like post anything else, because you guys are gonna be like, why aren't you in your apartment? So now you guys know the update and we can just get back to normal content. Make sure you guys subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Love you all so much, and I'll talk to you in my next video very soon. Bye.